Okay, well, here we are back again for the next episode of the Hollywood Hair series that I'm going through this fall into winter. We are 2 weeks out from the last one I did due to some scheduling. So I'm going to do a quick overview of what was done to the doll head, and then we can start working on the comb out, which is, I'm sure, what everyone is waiting for. So we did Jane Russell's hair, or hairstyle, and I'm just going to read how her hair was set. The right side of the hair is set in a double row of 3 stand-up curls rolled under. When the curls are combed out, clips are used to shape them into 3 waves, which you can see here. The part side is arranged in a double row of pin curls, which continue across the back, which you can see here. Although when I did the set, I modified a little bit due to, well, quite frankly, I wasn't paying enough attention. So instead of bringing the 2 rows all the way up, given what her hairstyle looks like, I started the rows down low. They come all the way around, rolling to the front. And here's the stand-ups that were achieved by putting the hair in rollers. So instead of having 2 rows of stand-up curls about 1 inch wide, it's the full width of a roller. And then over the course of the last 2 weeks, I took the rollers out to allow the hair to continue to dry. And I'm going to just start by moving the camera so we can go ahead and see what I'm doing as far as the comb out process looks like. First and foremost, just taking out clips. The hair was prepped by used the Style Link Super Fixer, I think that's what it's called, Super Fixer gel, as the setting lotion, setting cream. And I'm not combing yet, I'm just pulling the curls loose. And this top one especially, there's still some worry that it might have still been damp. So there we have a very, very undone situation. And I'm going to just continue around the head, pulling the pins out and loosening up the curl. Just running it through my hands. We're not to the brushing out part just yet. We're going to stick with finger combing. Plus, this makes it really easy for yourself if you were thinking of utilizing this technique with a wet set, say maybe wearing it to bed, is by using your fingers, you can feel where the clips are still hiding out in the hair, especially on the back of the head, because generally speaking, you can't see the back of your head. But because it's 2 rows of curls, putting your hands in and just making sure that there's no hidden, camera a little bit, no hidden pins like hiding out underneath, because you can feel in there, and if the curl doesn't move, that would say that there's still a pin hiding in there, especially if you were using, instead of single prong clips, you were using, say, bobby pins or hairpins. It's especially nice to. So now that we have the hair all loose from the styling, we're going to begin brushing with the Denman brush. This one is a 7 row. I'm going to try and demonstrate how I brush it over my hand. So I'm going to see if I can get the angle good enough and the light good enough. So coming through and then brushing through and using my hand. Let's see if I can move forward a little bit here to make sure that you've combed through all of it. And then I use my hand as a wraparound, and I'm just going to leave that as is as I continue to utilize my Denman brush to brush under and over the hair to make sure that if there were any kinks left, there shouldn't be. If you set your pin curls by first making sure that you had a smooth ribbon of hair, you shouldn't have too much in the way of tangles or crimps, but it's still important to make sure that you get thoroughly brushed. Don't worry, especially with a wet set, you're not going to brush the curls out. All it takes is a little quick shake and they'll come bouncing right back, even if you pulled them down, down, down. Scooch the camera. Not that there's really a lot going on right now, literally just brushing. Like the ends of this side seem to be a little rough. I mean, this hair has been through quite a bit, so using my hand to brush over the ends. So I'm kind of holding the hair kind of tight between my thumb and my finger so that I don't stress the remainder of the hair. And then we'll come over here to this front section. And this is the part where we're going to, once I have it combed out a little bit, brushed out, once I haven't added any brilliantine yet, which I want to do because I like to create that shine and wave and luxurious texture, and these doll heads need all the help they can get. They don't have any natural oils, but as you can see, I'm using my hand, brushing over, brushing through, and this hair has been cut to mimic a midi style, very 1940s, so even though this is a 1950s hairstyle, it's on a 1940s haircut. That we got to work with that because right now that's kind of 80s. Just what it looks like. It was really, here I am, got my little bob. Anyways, first step is going to be to add a little brilliantine. I know this is backwards, but this is obtainable at most drugstores, possibly even beauty supplies if you want. What it really is Vaseline. So I've worked it through my hands, and then I'm just going to work it lightly through the hair, primarily focusing on the surface and the ends, because I really, really, really want to have a smooth finish by the time that we are done. And a little bit more. If you don't feel comfortable putting Vaseline in your hair, then a water-based pomade or a silicone-based serum. This is just really to create the shine and encourage the structure of the hair so that you can really get an idea like how to make those curls just sparkle. And this hair is meant to be a soft style. It's not meant to be anything super stiff or structured. So you don't need a lot of brilliantine or Vaseline, as it were, to work into the hair. Mostly just focusing on creating smooth ends and a smooth surface. Her head fell over. Boy, she looks so impressed. So impressed. That's the life I lead. My doll heads don't seem to like me much. Not really. It's just point of view. So now I'm going to take my bristle brush. It's a mixed bristles, and this is for smoothing and distributing the brilliantine through the hair. Oh, that sounds lovely. Can you hear that crunch, crunch, crunch at the ends? It's because the ends are still quite dry. Oh, that's fun to watch. I love watching the curls bounce up like that. It makes me happy. And then that tells me that we're in the right neighborhood of style. Especially once I stop hearing crunch, 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 then I know that I'm getting somewhere here. Did I just wander off? I don't know. My brain seems to have gone two places at once. Make it smooth. Let the curls pop. Because, especially where the back is concerned, and that's why this is a really nice one to modify to today's standards, is that you can have a soft back, which obviously you can't see right now, and that it should stay for an amount of time. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to... that's probably close enough, because now we're going to distribute, and then I'm going to work on pushing in the wave. Pushing in the deep waves, which I believe I will use a comb for once I get all this combed through. So I'm going to use my pick comb, but I'm not using it for anything other than pushing the waves in place. So before I go too crazy, I'm going to use a duckbill clip. I like the term yo-yet, but very few people know that term. And then I'm going to continue to finger wave the hair into this nice deep wave, and continue to use the clips to hold the hair where I want it. And amazingly, for not having a lot of hair on the head, she's got a load in the front. So now we shall clip again. The idea being that we are setting this wave pattern in the hair. I'm going to turn a little, I think I'm going to turn her sideways so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit better when I say that I am pushing the wave in. So I'm doing kind of a C shaping, and then pushing the wave in place. Basically finger waving, but having the basis of a set to start the shaping from. So put that there. And once I spray it real good with hairspray, we'll be a little closer to what we're going for. It's not as deep of a ridge here as I might like, but that's okay. This will more than likely do the job. And then just going to work with the hair to Can we see what I'm doing? I hope we can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of just futzing right now, because that's usually how I get in and start finishing off a style. Excuse me. Good Lord, I apologize. How I start finishing off a style is basically you're using the clips here for support until you can get the hair fully secured, sprayed with hairspray. So just trying to make, we're also looking to make the ends soft and blend with the rest of the hair. So kind of softening it up just to have a little something. I think that's looking fairly decent. Fairly decent. So I'm going to just spray it real quick. And this is a high hold hairspray because I'm not planning on restructuring much, and I will more than likely spray it again once I get to the finished part. I'm going to use the tip of my rat tail comb to help smooth down any of the little hairs so that I don't end up sticky, but helps to secure the style by having the just using the comb as your guide. Now the second part, this side, the other side here is going to be a little simpler due to the fact that it's meant to go behind the ear. So for someone who might be, yeah, look how colorful she is. That may not be quite. If I had a tooth comb, this would be the place where you would, I'm going to demonstrate it using my pick comb, but I'm just going to show you how to put one in, even though they would be much smaller and deeper teeth. So what you would do is you take the comb and comb it back, and it would have the curve out and then push. And then you would be able to, this would be secured so that you could then style around the comb and give a little bit of a final type styling. In this case, she's not going to get combs. I'm actually going to use just a couple bobby pins. I don't often use bobby pins, but for this one, I think I'm going to try for a little bit more of a, since I don't really have any devices to, like, see, this is a thing you could pin, like pin with your bobby pins, and then put a flower right here. And since I don't have a flower, I'm actually going to just let the pin be the decoration. I think there's nothing that's hanging out. So the pin will be the decoration for this one. And then utilizing the tail comb, I am going to just spray this side right quick, just to, since I don't really want it to go anywhere. And then I'm just using my pick end to smooth that out. Now we get to start working the back of the hair. I'm going to try and move down so we can see what's happening. And this is all going to be utilizing my pick comb now that we've worked the product through. So now we get to adjust and arrange the hair in such a fashion as to look, quote unquote, natural. Like as if the curl was just always there. Like you didn't have to worry about it falling apart or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and pin just to give myself a little security there. And I'm coming to the front to make sure that both sides are distributed somewhat evenly as far as where they're hanging to, so it doesn't look like one side is too crazy. And then what we're doing is just coming through. I'm going to use more of my long clips to hold this wave in place. I feel like that just will look nicer if we have the wave established. Now, of course, when you're doing this for yourself, you can secure your wave. It's just going to be a little trickier to know if it is secured in the way that you were hoping it would be. And then we're just going to use the pick comb to adjust, to stretch some curl, give a little love here, a little fluff, a little, like, it doesn't have to be, the idea is that this is a relatively casual style. I also believe that at least this doll head, her hair may be just a tiny bit longer than what Jane Russell's hair is for this. As you can see, we have just a fun bunch of fluffy little curls here, and just checking things out, making sure that we're somewhat, there we go, fluff, 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 tuck, tuck, tuck where you need to tuck in. And now what I'm going to do, so you can see it's a fairly simple comb out. So what I'm doing now is spray and tuck, but we're not quite done yet. Spray and tuck, and spray and tuck, spray and tuck. Kind of consider the hairspray your hair net. Now what I'm going to do to encourage these curls to stay where they are is to use my blow dryer with a diffuser to heat and set the hairspray. So it's going to be loud for a moment, and just follow along. Then I'm going to give it another spray all the way around. And then use the blow dryer again. Start the delicate process of peeling clips. They shouldn't be too difficult, but you want to try your best not to grab hair, which is why I'm putting my hand in here. Just see, like, sometimes it happens. You grab hair. So I try my best to be careful, but not every time can I be as careful as I would like. Especially as you've moved some stuff around, clips are getting attached to hairs. And we'll take this out carefully, especially these ones on the top side, just because the hair is fairly strong and may not want to play by the rules you set up. So here we have a full style fashioned, which I may just take a couple hairpins and stick these waves down. Sometimes it's what you gotta do. Just come in, hide the pins in the wave of the hair. There, that'll hold it. You might be able to see them, but you can always adjust as necessary. So we have hair that has a good solid wave in the front, lots of movement in the back, and if you didn't say comb all the way down, you would just have like a nice loose wave, and then this hair off to the side. And I'm just going to, we can't see the back of her hair, but let me just hold this. You know, it's got the idea there. If I were to do it again, I would probably use smaller rollers and in the front, so that this wave section could be even smaller. This might need a little pin. We'll see how well I can do because it's all the way back in her hair. But yeah, this is a fairly easy style, easy to replicate. You just need to curl from about here, curl down, and then everything else curled forward. Just a couple rows in the back, and you can do that with a curling iron or a wet set like we did today. And you know, make some decisions, decide how you want to set your hair. Use the clips and the pins to help secure what you are looking to do. I suppose with that's about the end of things today. I will be back next week. I haven't decided which style I want to work on. If you have any one of the 10 styles that I haven't worked on that you would really like to see next week, just let me know. You can find all of the all of the styles in the book 10 Hollywood Hairstyles, and that is listed in a couple previous posts. The link to get the PDF, it's free. You don't have to buy anything. So if there was something that you were really more interested in specifically, then we can do that. Other than that, I don't have much else today. We've got this lovely lady fixed up. I will be posting final pictures, and we can go from there. I will see you next week, Sunday at 2. Thank you, bye.